able to track your expenses against these various budgets, you need to have a system in place for coding, so that you can make sure that you're going to connect and associate each expense that you would record on your journal vouchers or other documents with the appropriate project and also with the appropriate budget line. Okay, so I suggest to you that the best way to do this is to come up with a code, whether it's a short code using words or a number code. It may even be a combination of the two, so that you can easily document these budget lines without it taking up too much space, right? So here's an example of short codes using words. So you may have different, this is basically like categorizing your budget expenses. So you may have transportation written out as a budget, an expense line in a project, and it could be transportation to the village, transportation within town, transportation of goods. There may be different kinds of transportation, but you may have that all together as one code of transportation or transport. Okay, so that's one way of doing it, is to categorize your expenses, and then this would be how your it would roll up against your, say, organizational budget. The other way to do it is to use numeric codes. So if you have a very simple budget or a short number of items, or you know, remembering the words might be relatively easy. But if you have a budget that has 30 different types of expenses, you may need to think about going to a numbering system, just because it will get a little bit unwieldy using all the words. So either way is fine, but what you need to do is you establish in your financial management system what kind of coding you're going to use, and then you just need to use it consistently throughout all of your bookkeeping and financial management processes. Okay, one thing to be aware of is if you are going to be using a bookkeeping software, the software you purchase may already have a system for coding budgets. So you may just want to adopt whatever means your bookkeeping software uses. Often bookkeeping software will use a numeric code, but sometimes you can specify, but you might want to check that out if you are planning to use a software for that. Of course, if you're using the Excel template for bookkeeping, then you can make it whatever you want. It's flexible.